Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Eden's Realm. So, as you can see, we have the mods back. It has just been a short little while, but all of the mods have been updated. Massa, the modder of the most complex mods of, what are they here? Item Scroller like Matica, Minihud, and Tweakaroo. Uh, he has basically just ported over the old ones from 1.18 into 1.20 now, and I know he's not super happy about not having the brand new stuff done, but I know that whenever he finishes those, that's going to be great. I'm looking forward to the new set of code. Supposedly it's supposed to be a whole lot better, but we will have to wait for that. It is super nice to have the mods back though. It allows me to offset place blocks like this and do all kinds of other stuff like have shaders. And actually, shaders right now are running super well. I don't know if it has to do with the lighting changes in Minecraft itself or what the deal is, but I'm able to run 3 out of my 4 shader packs at usually a solid 70 FPS. You can see sometimes I get lows in the 50s, but most of the time I'm even up in the 90s, which is really fun, and for such a big place like this, it's actually really cool. It allows me to get a bunch of cool perspectives. I put in 4 different ones, so this one is the most heavy. It's pretty slow, and then these 3 are actually pretty fast, and I think I like complementary the best, but I like BSL as well. It's a little bit more chill. I don't know. I'll probably have to tweak around with some of the effects and everything, but all in all, I am super happy with it. I'm glad to have the mods back. They were sorely missed. Even though I did enjoy playing with the brand new stuff right whenever it came out. What we can do today, though, is since we have replay mod, we can just go ahead and get started on this tree. Last time I got kind of bummed out with how long it was taking me to place blocks and etc. But now that we have the mods, it shouldn't be too difficult to get this going. So I'm gonna just jump into a time lapse and we'll see how far we get. Aha! So, I think I have determined my new favorite shaders if we... Oh, that's the wrong button. The BSL shaders are really good. I really enjoy playing with them. I get usually a solid 75 FPS with them, and they just look super good. I really like them. I'll probably be using these quite a lot in the videos from now on since I can record and still get a good video with it. But on other notes, the tree is done. I'm pretty happy with it. I actually ran out of basically all my leaves, but it was close enough that I determined it wasn't worth it going back to the base and grabbing some more. You can see I put in a lot of the glowberries, and they're all hanging down. They should come down a little bit more. They all have a little bit extra length to grow, but I specifically tweaked them all so that they should grow to about the right length. Hang down just a couple of blocks below the big canopy of leaves. I gotta say though, I am super happy with it. Most of the angles look pretty good. I've been going back in a little bit, and I have just a couple of moss blocks left, placing them where they're needed. But I think it looks really good. It's not a particularly massive tree as I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was actually gonna be a little bit bigger up top. But I think all in all, I am super happy with it. Whenever I'm walking here, I think this might be my favorite view of it. From this angle right here, it looks really cool. I think that view right there is my favorite. But hopefully you guys like it. It was actually kind of fun at the end. By the time I got around to just messing around and not feeling super pressured to place the blocks, it was pretty cool. And if I don't leave this area, I'm just gonna stick around here forever because there's always more stuff that I can tweak with this. I've probably been sat here for about 20 minutes just tweaking all of the little blocks and holes that I've missed. So I think I'm going to head back to the base, and we will do a little bit more exploring today. Alrighty, so two things of science before we go out and search for a sniffer egg. First of all, I need to craft up some glass panes. I want to see if that bug that we had was still happening with this guy right here. Can I sell? Yep, I can still sell infinite glass panes to this guy. Don't know why. A little bit concerned. It'll be alright. Second of all, is something I'm not too concerned about. Throw those over there. Is I want to find out if I can enchant the brush here with efficiency or unbreaking. Okay, we can do unbreaking. Efficiency? Dang it. Nope. So, looks like it's just going to be unbreaking. I'm assuming you can do mending as well, but I don't really need that. I was just a little bit interested to see if I could enchant it with that. That's cool, though. So, off to the north we go to search for some warm ocean ruins. So, I came here to repair my two broken elytra after our trip last week, and I saw something that doesn't look good. Yeah. So, it looks like a little bit of a mistake was made in our chunking. That is a inversed portion of this down here. And it's slightly concerning because that means that something went wrong somewhere, and that means that more things could have gone wrong. I don't know. Oh, what the? It doesn't. Okay, hold on. That's really funny. Does Okay, the blocks here exist, but there's a rendering issue. Oh, that's hilarious. Well, I can at least deal with a rendering issue, but that is really funny because those blocks are not there, and I'm not loading Lightmatica or anything. We fly back down here. All rendering on off doesn't make a difference. That is really funny. I I do not understand that. My assumption is if I grab some blocks, that if I start placing them in the chunk, it will fix itself. Yes. Nice and simple, right? um, well, that was a interesting experience. Oh, that's not where I wanted to go. Go this way. That was an interesting experience. I'm glad that it was just a rendering issue and not a actual game issue. I wonder if that has to do with the mods or if that's a issue with the Minecraft's rendering system that they updated. And we finally got it. So, two, two sniffer eggs. Took me quite a while. I've been exploring for quite some time. You can see I am a long ways from home. But I finally found everything I needed. I've had to go through about 5 ocean ruins to get the two sniffer eggs. And later on, I actually turned on mini HUD's rendering so that I could find them more easily. The red box outlines where the structures can be, and then the white boxes are where all the little structures are. Super helpful, especially like when I'm blundering around in the dark and trying to find where I'm going and all kinds of stuff. I don't think I want to try and uh, fly all the way back home, so I'm just gonna put all my stuff in an ender chest and call it a day, and we'll end up back at the build area, I think. But yeah, awesome. I'm super excited to have the sniffers, and we'll actually get to mess around with them a little bit. And speaking of new items, there's some camels back there. Wasn't planning on doing anything with these guys. There's always one in desert villages, I think. And I don't have a saddle, do I? Yeah. Oh, there he goes. I don't really have a use for these guys. Same as horses, but I don't know. We'll probably have to try and get some at some point. I know that they changed horse breeding so that horses are better. Put that in quotes. But we'll probably have to collect all of the mobs at some point, but I don't know when we're going to do that. That is a project for another episode. Look at these little guys. They are very different from all the other mobs. Well, nothing to do now but let them grow up so they can get me some torch flowers and stuff. But I'm gonna edit while they sit here and grow up. So I have started breeding up the sniffers again. I got 2 torch flowers the first time, so I bred them up again, and I got myself another sniffer egg, and I got just again, I got a pitcher pod and a torchflower seed. So I think I'm not gonna bother to plant them and grow them yet because I don't know where I want them. But I do want to make this so that I don't have to stand around and pick them up or pick up all of the seeds that they drop. So I'm gonna dig out a little area right underneath here where I can lay down some track and have it set up so that there's a minecart running back and forth picking everything up. So with the sniffers all growing up over there, I decided to plant down some of the new uh, plants. Well, the only two new ones. I kind of wish we'd gotten more. Two does not seem like... Seems like you'd be able to find more with the sniffer. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. We have the pitcher plant and the torch flower. I really like how this one like has a pod around the bottom, but whenever you pick it up, you don't get to keep that, which is kind of a shame. And then the torch flower, kind of cool, but as far as I'm aware, it doesn't give off light, which is a big shame. So, yeah, kind of, they're both kind of meh. You can see this one doesn't give off light. I mean, I like them, but they don't seem to have that much of a use, which is a big shame because, like, new players will go to quite a great length, like an actual, like, distance here in the Minecraft world to get them, and they don't really have that much of a use. Of course, like, you can make them into dye, but yeah, I don't know. I got a little bit of cart stone set up down here, so if we take a look, maybe, there it is. So just a minecart running back and forth down here, comes over these hoppers and drops it off into this chest down here, and then I can use it to breed or whatever. So I got another one hatching, and these two are sniffing up some new seeds for me. So I went to AFK for a while and gave these guys some time to grow up. We got two new sniffers here, plus our two original ones, and all the while they were getting me torchflower seeds and pitcher pods, so now we're up to 30 and 28 of those. Pretty cool. I don't really have a plan for what I'm going to do with all of these sniffers yet, and what I want to do with the seeds. I just kind of wanted to have some, just in case we need them. Don't really know exactly what I will do yet. Probably use them for some sort of build at some point, but I don't have a good idea yet. But while I was here, I have been looking at this and thinking that I need a new ice farm. I spent probably an hour or so a couple months ago mining ice at the ice spikes biome near the perimeter, and while I do have quite a bit of ice now, we really need a renewable way to get it. So I've been thinking up some ideas and stuff, and I figured I'd show them to you before the end of the episode, just so you can get an idea of how like I plan all my redstone builds and stuff. So let's go to the testing world, and I'll show you what I'm thinking. So in total, ice farms are relatively simple. You just need a body of water that will rejuvenate itself so that in the cold climate areas, ice will form, just like this. But the issue with this is there's no way to keep this ice from spreading over the entire area and eventually destroying all of our water sources. So if we had something like this, whenever we came in and we harvested the ice, we wouldn't get any water back, therefore breaking our ice farm. So it gives us a little bit of a dilemma here on what we're supposed to do. Because if we have something like this, even if I was to tick warp really quick, do something like that, no matter how long I am here, this will never form anything because it doesn't have what's called cedar blocks. These blocks along the edge here are cedar blocks that allow the ice to form next to them. Because you'll never have, say, a block of ice just like form here in the middle or something. So we need to find a way to create cedar blocks without necessarily having anything over the body of water. Because if there's something over the body of water, like this redstone block here, ice will never form here. You need direct skylight access. So how do we do that? Well, we use armor stands with Frostwalker on them. These have Frostwalker 2 on them, and what you can do is just move it back and forth, and you get cedar blocks. So now during the day, these will eventually go away. But, as you can see there, we get a cedar block that seeds all of the rest of the ice. And so if we use this ice block, eventually it'll spread all around and we'll get a nice patch of ice. And then we can send the flying machine over it or something underneath to pull down all of the blocks below. Hopefully that gives you a good picture of how ice farms work and a general idea of what I'm going to be doing in the next episode. I'm going to be working on this in between episodes so that whenever we come back, we have a sort of finished product that we can either finish up or work on in the next episode. But that is where we're going to have to finish for today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed it, and I will see you again in the next one. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.